Hi Barbara, so very pretty horse. This is just a trail walk here, if I can get it going. So that's too slow for a flat walk, but as you're watching the horse walk, and I'll slow it down, you'll see it's separating its legs pretty good when it does a slow walk. And as it goes faster, this is what we want to see too, that the leg is way off the ground while the back one's hitting. He's a very pretty horse, looks just a little long in the back. The way he's moving, the feet are very long in the front and the back feet are short. That tells me usually that the horse is pacey and they're using that longer foot to help them get the gait. And I don't know if I can expand that, but it looks like it might have a heel on the shoe too, and very long toes. So all those things are telling me the horse is probably pacey. But he's pretty, he's built nice, and he does have talent. He's just not using it in this video that you're showing me. Now this is just a little bit faster than his flat walk should be. And as he's going, his legs are starting to get closer together. He should have more head shake, and I'll slow this down so you can see. But we should see more of his head coming up and down. So many of the walking horses have a high head carriage because their neck comes out higher in their body here. But he looks like he needs to bring his head down more to relax his back and neck and help him separate those legs more, so you don't need those funny shoes or the long toes or the long feet. Oh, let's see if we can get this going. Okay, so he's going a little bit more towards a step pace there. And if you watch the rider, you'll see just a little bounce in the saddle. Smooth, but with the step pace, you get a little bit of a bounce there. So watch the horse's legs on the same side. The hind leg comes off just a second before the front foot, and then they swing together, and then the back foot comes down a second before the front. So we want them more separated, and then you won't get that bounce in the saddle. So he's swinging his legs just a little too much together, and that's why it's going more towards a step pace, and that's why there's that little bit of suspension, which makes the bounce in the saddle. So same thing here, he's a tiny bit faster. So he should have a lot more head shake. I recommend bringing his head down a lot lower, like get the top of his head level with that horn, and then it'll help separate his legs more. Teach this horse some lateral work like leg yielding and serpentining and lots of circles with his head down, and that should help separate his legs. But here he's doing a little bit more of that step pace again, and then just watch the rider. It's just a soft bounce, which is what you should have with a foxtrot, but you should not have that with a running walk. Okay, so here we go. It's about the same speed. Now, normally this would be the speed of this horse's running walk, but he has no head shake. His legs are going too close together, and if I can pause it, he's hiking his knee up, but the reason he's lifting his knees higher is because his foot's so long, and he might have a little bit of a heavy shoe on, but his legs are swinging too much together, and so it's given her a little bounce in that saddle. So this horse, again, looks like it has talent. We just got to get it out of it. So this is not the gait you want to try to get, because there's a much smoother gait that this horse can do than this. So see that little bounce in the saddle? And then you'll see those legs on the same side are almost swinging together. So here we go again. So not much head shake, and his legs are swinging too much together, so you're seeing that soft bounce in the saddle. So that's more, it's not a hard pace, it's more of a step pace. So here it is in slow motion. It tricks a lot of people because it looks like the back leg's coming off, then the front leg, and the back leg lands, and then the front leg lands, but it's actually a step pace because they're swinging together, and the only thing that's changing the footfall is the hoof, how long it is in the front and how short it is in the back. So that's not the gait you want. Again, this horse I'm sure is going to have an excellent gait. If you took some online lessons, I can help you get its flat walk and running walk, and it might have a saddle gait and a rack as well. So it has talent. It's just not doing it here, but you know, this can be tricky just because of how the hooves are and if it has weight on its foot. So I think you can get a lot more out of this horse, but you're going to have to do a little retraining. Make sure he knows how bits work, because some of them, when they have the long shanks, don't. So, you know, all the things I've been showing, if you've been watching the videos of teaching the horse to bring its head down, teach the horse to bend, to give to the bit, and get that horse's head lower so it relaxes his neck and back, should help that horse to be able to use his body more correctly. And then shorten his toe up. If he's got a weight on his shoe, and you got to do it a little bit more gradual. So see what he is when he comes to you if you're getting this horse. And then I would just work on arena work and make lots of circles, leg yielding, bending, getting him to separate his legs and using himself underneath himself a little bit better. So again, I think it's a nice horse. I just think you can get more out of it than they were getting here. And I don't think you need that long foot to get this horse to gait well. I think he just needs some guidance on what he needs to do and how to use his body correctly, and then you'll have a much nicer gait with a head shake. So you'll be able to get a flat walk and a running walk out of this horse. It's just going to take some time to get it.